All right. Um, First, I want to apologize for the shady camera. Yeah, I got a bad mount. I'm going to work on getting a better setup here for future videos. But I wanted to do some autopilot videos with a Tesla Model X. This is a Model X long range Raven, as they've been called. And there's a lot of videos out there for Model 3s and Model S's on autopilot capabilities, and of course it's similar across the car platforms. But figured it'd be nice to show some capabilities of the Model X across different types of roads. The first part will be country roads, so these are roads that Autopilot should be able to handle pretty well, other than stop signs and turns and things like that. The other two videos are going to be one that's more aggressive roads, so blind turns and hills. We'll call that one Twisty. And then the third segment will be Navigate on Autopilot on Highway. And I'll do the same three video types for each software version that I receive. So we'll start it off with 2019.32.1 for this video. Also, each video will be part of the continuous loop, so I'll just accelerate portions of the video for pieces that are maybe less interesting, slow down and talk about pieces where either Autopilot had trouble or where I saw something unique. Let's get into it. One thing I would like to note is how well it's done the predictive pathing for some of these blind corners. Also, it's been getting much better with coming up on cars that are stopped for turns or things like that, and braking less aggressively than it did with earlier versions of software. One thing that I did notice that still needs some work is when a car is about to turn. I've noticed that it continues to slow down even though the car has left the lane, and then it takes a few seconds for it to get back up to speed. This isn't really bad. It's just a little unusual since most drivers, I would imagine, would speed up as soon as the person leaves the lane. When coming up on turning cars, it did a really good job. I mean, this is turning cars and a curve to the right at the same time. It slowed down to a comfortable speed. Then after it passed the cars, it went back up to the speed that I had set it to. Coming up to this corner, it did a good job of starting to slow down. You can see it is blind curve for part of it. It did a good job of predicting where the turn was, slowed down appropriately. This road has a very sharp left turn where the road was modified, and I took it out of Autopilot here. I didn't really think that it would be safe to take this corner. Maybe I should have given it the opportunity at a lower speed, but I did have some folks behind me who I actually let by so that I could do my tests without having to worry about folks behind me. Here's a sharp right turn where it did start to slow down. However, it still crossed over the yellow lines. I don't think it quite predicted how sharp that corner was. So that's the country road portion of the test loop. I think overall it did really, really well. There were only one or two areas where I really had to take over for it. And you would kind of expect that. The roads was well marked. The curves weren't too tight, except for a few instances. And I think Autopilot does a really good job on this. Next video will be Twisty.